Hello there, this is Cookies, and today I've got turn 96 of the 2022 finals. This is a game where I did not participate in the qualifiers. I don't think I was qualified to participate in the qualifiers because I hadn't won that Vanheim game yet by the time this rolled around. But I did get asked to sub into this game. Uh, Now, generally speaking, by the Discord rules, I'm kind of like classed as an intermediate player. I've only played in a couple of like all skills and intermediate plus lobbies, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'll be subbing in for Fulic and Toldi and Schumann. Hopefully, I didn't butcher any of those names. And I'll be running LA Xibalba. So I guess the first thing's up. It's turn 96. I'll be posting these after Lucid posts his. And I'm gonna try and kind of go through what I was thinking, what I knew of the game state, because it's kind of hard to jump in on turn 96 in this current game state and be able to filter, I guess, like fact from fiction. That's kind of a feeling you get as you're playing through a game, where you start getting a handle on that kind of game state. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. So we see we had some Reign of Jaguars casts. We also got a 3 red seconds. There was an Ashen Angel that came in to assassinate one of our commanders. So we got this guy coming in, just killing a Shadow Imp. That's fine. It's probably what they're there for. And then we cast an Infernal Disease. I guess some Dedukos that was walking around killed him. Nothing special. Some more Reign of Jaguars castings. We get attacked by another one, but this time we have some bodyguards. We have some Aussies. We have a Bacab with a bunch of water gems. So he does a water elemental. Now these guys do not have Stormflight, and Perpetual Storm is up as a global, so that's why he's walking. Couldn't we get Divine Blessing off? They should be a lot more killy now. There we go. Alright, so we lose one of the Aussies to Decay. Then we get hit with an Earth Elemental. Kills one of our Chileans, and as I've... Now, I went ahead and the turns were like one a week, but I haven't done any recording for a few weeks because I had like a little bit of a throat bug. But I really like these Earth 2 mages because you can give them Earth boots and they can do Earth power and they can do weapons of sharpness. They can pretty easily do Strength of Giants, stuff like that. They're Holy 2, so they get the expanded blessing, so they can hit 10 tiles instead of 5. I really like the Chilean, and I kind of wish we had more. But I'm assuming this guy dies. Yep. Then, let's see, we get hit with Infernal Disease. And I'm pretty sure Perpetual Storm does not apply underwater, and these guys are flying amphibians for the disease demons, so he should be able to just fly in. I think. Yeah. So his flight still works underwater. Okay, so we did that one. And then this is the one that made me sad. So in the finals, I'm sure you've noticed the Earth Boot Bloodstone thing, so you could get a Weapons of Sharpness cast off for free, like long term. I think that's a little expensive for 10 Earth and 15 Blood, but I don't know, considering how prevalent gym baiting is, it's not too bad. It's the same price as just doing another Earth Boots and then a few Blood Slaves. Also has some resist gear, some morale gear, but sadly either no bodyguards or no bodyguards showed up. Was really hoping for an Earth Elemental or something. Dust to dust. Yeah. So ends up getting killed. Feels bad. And then another three red seconds. So diving into some of the combats that we end up seeing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the High Ocean. We have Gnarly Tooth the Lich leading a pack of whites, going up against some Amber Clan PD. Really like Amber Clan. And they can be a sneaky way to break into water or fire. You build a lab in a pond where you happen to have them. Just give them some Shambler skins and you can walk them around on land. And I always like having maybe one underwater fort because there's a lot of globals that don't affect underwater. And so you can often hide valuable mages underwater pretty easily too. Alright. So we won that one. We lose one white. In the Mudwater Caves, I guess we have a Sage doing a roundabout ping on Pan. He's probably going to die. Yep. In the Farseer Mountains, another ping. This one's horror marked. I wonder what that means. H. We have another Pangea group. So when I joined this, the posted episodes were, I think, right around exactly 30 turns behind. And I believe in turn, was it? It would have been like 66. I believe the Vettiheim War was finishing up. So that was kind of my context for this game. Alright, so we have Asshole Batman. The full Rainbow Pretender, bunch of gear on him. Crystal Shield is nice. We have a Balam, who's a pretty cool Holy 3, High Nature caster. And an Onaki. I'm going to pronounce all these names wrong. And an It's. So a pretty geared out set of commanders. There's only 4 of them, though, which is unfortunate. You have a bunch of Aussies. You have a line of Darkvines to provide a front line to block attack rear. We have a block of Darkvines in the back to still catch attack rear. And we have a little bit up front for Evo bait against just some PD. So you can kind of see like the speed everything's moving at. Volume Thunderstrike, no friendly fire. Let's see, so that was this one. In Vonger, we've got Deathgrip the Lich from Erithea, routing. It looks like this is probably where they assassinated one of our commanders, and that commander was leading these Aussies. Probably that one Chilean with no gear, is my guess. And the Illusionist has no undead leadership, so these guys routed, and then they HP routed the Illusionist. And we can probably see how much we lost. Lost 8 of them, so Easy way to kill 8 Aussies. And he kills. We have another horror-marked scout with the same labeling. Interesting. Or did I go back too far? I don't think so. Yeah, that was also a scout. And then in Ledia, we have a werewolf attacking. One of our poor little shadow imps. Demons have manifested. We get some gems. Some death gems. Air gems. One of our Itz's got horror marked. Spine Devils killed our Scout PD. And I'll go over the Scout PD thing in just a second. Alright, we get patrolled out of this. Earthea gets patrolled out here, and they see our army. This is a different army, so we can look at this. Looks like just a ball of Aussies. What are we doing here? Divine Blessing. Wooden Warriors. I guess it didn't trigger gem usage. I see some Blood Slaves. And let's see, go ahead and look at CERN. Okay. Like a ball of mages. Ooh, a range booster. Okay. I guess that's a thing. I guess this is just another... Oh, it's the same patrolling group. Alright. You see an Agarthan stack. Kratos. Or just stuff running forward. And last one, a little bit of a ping on a small beastback group. So we've got another Chilean, another Chilean. Okay. Yeah, those Earth 2 ones I really like. The other ones, not as much. They're still good for blessing, though. Alright, we can see a bunch of patrolling. And then you can see that we're broke. So let's go ahead and take a look at the turn. So we have no money. We're a long way from having money. So we've got to make do with what we have. We've got a bunch of blood slaves, some nature, some air, fire, you know, got a decent number of gems to do things with. Now when you sub into any game, you're likely going to have different opinions than what the other players that you subbed in for were doing. So some of the things that I kind of want to change is I don't like solo lich raiding deep in the late game. It's too easy to mind hunt, too easy to soul slay in the magic phase. So I'm going to try and pull these liches back. I think I forgot to pull this guy back. But yeah, not a huge fan of solo lich raiding. However, it does look like we're putting together an offensive on Erythea. This probably came up recently, the Citadel. We've got an army here. We've got a little bit of commander spam, but I would like more considering all the Ashen Angels, I forget the name of the spell, that are getting sent at us. Looks like we've got this fort cracked. Again, not as much commander spam as I'd like, but we do have some of the shadow imps. And then we've got a lot of, I guess, reinforcements here, but there's no lab here. So a lot of these units just kind of feel trapped until they can get on a lab. But I'm assuming this is the follow-up to the main stack. Give me 1 second. All right, and I'm back. Yeah, try and get through this. So we also forted this up, it looks like. Forted this. And forted this. So all of this looks recent. So we're cutting off this throne, putting pressure on it. There's a lot of Deducos here. And with Perpetual Storm up and Illwinter up, it's actually going to be really hard for Aussies to punch through a gate. So I think I would want to take my time with this one. Yeah, normally, yeah, I don't think I'd want to rush this. And one of the things that, oh gosh, 1 second. Yeah, so one of the things I learned is that Perpetual Storm can, and it's not just these 3 spells, but it seems like many more spells have a 25% chance of failing or hitting a neighboring province. So it's actually, even if there were no domes here, it's actually a lot harder to nuke this province than it would seem. And if you accidentally nuke your other stuff, that would feel bad. I don't think it'll let you nuke yourself, but it'll definitely just miss and probably hit harmlessly. There's a tart here as well, so yeah. So given enough time, what I'd probably do is put pressure on all these other forts and start taking all these other forts, and probably just lock this down and keep going past it. And then, it'll be significantly more cut off, and I can start trying to whittle these troops away. Maybe do Wind of Death, spam into it, stuff like that. So that's kind of the idea there. You can see some of the forces we have. It's just like, I kind of wish there were more labs around this, but we don't have the money for labs, so that's one of the things I'd like to get under control is our upkeep. I guess you can see all this stuff, but I do send some messages to Omniscience, so let's go ahead and go through those. Yeah, and first off, I want to say this is the best handoff I've ever gotten. Normally, I'm talking to the game host, and there's like a dead turn, and I lose an army in the dead turn because somebody takes advantage of the fact that no one's playing the other nation, which is, I don't know, it's fine. But oftentimes I'll sub into a dead turn, and then there's no context about what's happening in the world. So Fulic and Toldi just taking some time to answer questions was a huge help. And so yeah, it was definitely the best handoff I've ever seen for subbing into a game. So just wanted to give some appreciation for that. Let's see. So in terms of diplomacy, we have a nap 3 with Gath. I was told maybe it's counting down with Pan. I don't know. We have some blood income. A lot of murdered kitties. Some decent diversity. Yeah, we're broke. Alright, so yeah, some objectives. Improve the blood sac output if I can. Amplify rating pressure. Fix the gold eco. Especially so I can build temples and labs. Water breathing items. So we can pressure the underwater Erythean forts. More resistance gear. I mean, you can never have enough of it. see what I need to do to improve my throne rush prevention. Yeah, because I think those garrisons didn't look super imposing. Maybe try and steal the indie Spine Devils and stop letting corpses go to waste if practical. So that was kind of the idea there. And then assassinations this turn. I'm just kind of summarizing it for the casters since they won't be able to see it with omniscience. So that's kind of handy. Speaking of the thrones, yeah, we've got 8 commanders here. They're pretty geared out, but we don't have a lot of commander spam for assassins. So they're vulnerable to that. And in assassination battles, it's pretty common to get gem baited too. So would like to see it. I don't know, probably 40 or 50 commanders in here, including a bunch of worthless ones. Probably some duplication of paths, just to be able to effectively defend this. I did try to add some bodyguards to everyone where I could, although apparently I forget a few. Oh no, this is the initial when I log into the turn. This isn't with all the moves. And then we see this one down here. That's Gas Throne. And I think we only have 3 thrones. So we have this one here, which is a more reasonable garrison considering all the nearby armies. Putting pressure on this one. We see CERN here. And we have some Spine Devils here. I'm going to change my mind about trying to steal them, though. Oh, maybe I don't. I had a couple of moves put in, but I'm going to change that. We'll see in just a minute. And oh, we have some sirens. I'll pause really quick. All right, so we're back. Oh, the sirens are going again. Goodness. All right. So we have 3 thrones. I'm trying to remember, trying to figure out where the third one was. Oh, it's right here. Citadel of Hatred. Yeah. So this one, I don't know. Like, we control most of the border here, so not as worried. But I do see some dryads here, so that's a little concerning. All right. So I guess let's go ahead and hop into the turn after I've got all my moves in. All right, I'm back. Okay, so oh, wrong hotkey. Okay, so this is what the turn looks like when I'm done with it. So let's see. Yeah, and because we're broke, we can't afford PD. So we've recruited a bunch of these scouts. They're patrolling them around to act as PD, just to see what the enemy would do. Alright. So we're pulling this lich back. These guys are site searching because I'm not really sure what to do with them. They don't have the gems to do what I want them to do, but I'm not willing to walk them all the way back to Mosswoods to go get gems. I just stay on the outside of the fort here. Yeah. But I am going to ping because I don't know what I'm sitting on. That's right. So didn't get that detailed of a handoff, so I'm going to go ahead and ping and see what's in red. These guys are site searching because, again, don't quite have some of the stuff that I want to send this on the attack. We're bringing in some gem mules to reload these armies. We're gonna... It's not the hotkey I wanted. So this shadow I'm getting knocked off was pretty unfortunate because it freed up this fort. So we're going to try and lock down this fort again. A small expendable squad. This guy's for blessing. This guy is for just being another commander of the undead leadership. And I guess that's something. We're done with research, so I get to mobilize all the mages. So any mages I want to use, I can use. We're pulling some of these guys back. I renamed them to Mark because they're all horror marked because they were holding lanterns. So I'm going to pull these guys back. They'll help bless Aussies in various raids and combats. So that's what I plan to use them for. There is a little bit of a scary gas force here. We see a bunch of shed. And then a tart. We do have that nap 3, so we're not doing anything about it yet. It looks like they're clearing out this lake. Let's see. We've set up some patrolling or redone patrolling in various areas, but not everything. It's pretty exhausting, even over the course of a week, to script all these commanders how you want them to. And it looked like a lot of them had scripts from before Perpetual Storm was cast. So they had different little raid scripts and stuff. So I've been trying to redo some of that because attack won't get them anywhere. Especially within leech range, I don't think. I mean, it might. If you forward deploy them all the way, they might walk forward just enough to still burn the Blood Slave and cast leech on something. But I don't know. Other plans for a lot of them, I think. Maybe that was still the right call. I don't know. I've never played Xibalba before. We are doing some Reign of Jaguars. We're doing some buying Shadow Imps. Getting more Dark Vines, Brazen Vessel. A lot of this is just more of the same. We already have tremendous amounts of chaff. So probably would have been good to find some other uses for things. Yeah, it would have been really good to get a Storm Demon caster up like this. Penethest. This Enchantress. Let's see, are we doing any raiding? Besides this one. Guess we're doing a few. I guess we're pinging and pinging. We're moving in a small raiding force here, but we're also mind hunting. Because there's 2 liches here. So we've got, I think so, we're doing a few infernal diseases. The infernal diseases are for just kind of probing what Erithea is doing and maybe seeing what domes they have up. Getting a little bit of resistance gear. Where is that? Yeah, so this guy's going to do a mind hunt here and try and kill one of these liches. Additional raids, we've got another Chilan here. We're going to do another one of these raids. This guy does have some blood slaves though. And then I guess we're blood hunting here. Very extensive blood hunting operation. Let's see, casting Raven Feast. Trying to get some more gems. There is a large army here. We have Kohens in it. It doesn't look crazy threatening, but it is pretty threatening because it's right next to our throne. Certainly threatening to this. So I am starting to move some stuff down to maybe try and support. Let's see, I'm still continuing to blood hunt. Okay, the raid on the Spine Devils, we're just gonna kill them. I don't think they're worth the effort of stealing. We have Aussies, they're significantly better. So we're just gonna send some Aussies. And part of that is a lot of these guys are magic phase capable, so I don't want to put them in a swamp where they can't magic phase. So, and then here's our prophet, Battle Ass Man. Let's see. And yeah, I think that's most of it. Sorry, this is pretty boring, but I was mostly trying to get a lot of logistics done, moving out different mages, re-scripting mages. I am going to start gathering up mages in Silverham. Um, the idea behind this was I was going to use Perpetual Storm to try and set up a big life after death conversion, and I was going to fix our upkeep with that. So that was the idea there. But yeah, I think that's it for this one. Just a lot of logistics, moving stuff around. I am pulling a lot of blood hunters to kind of set them up for combat duty. So our blood eco is probably going to go from about 800 slaves on labs. I counted up this to probably something less, like 600, as I mobilize more mages. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's go ahead and hop into turn 97. I'll see you then.